the lake that whispers names. Subscribe and leave your like. This is the story of the lake that whispers names. And if you ever hear it whisper yours, don't look toward the water. The first whisper. The lake had always been quiet, abandoned, forgotten. But every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., locals said the same thing happened. The lake called a name. Not loudly, not violently, just a soft whisper, drifting above the dark water. No one believed it, until the disappearances started. Tom, a fisherman, was the first. He lived alone in a small cabin by the water. One night, he ran outside screaming that someone was calling him. The neighbors heard him yelling, "I'm coming! I'm coming!" They never saw him again. Only his footprints remained, leading straight into the lake, and stopping at the waterline. No splash, no struggle, just silence, and a single wet footprint facing back toward the town. The new resident. A month later, a young woman named Elena moved into the old lakeside cabin. She didn't know the stories. She didn't know what happened to the last man living there. On her first night, she woke up to a sound. Quiet, sharp, impossible to ignore. A whisper, a voice calling from outside, "Elena?" She froze. Maybe it was the wind. Maybe someone was pranking her. But then it whispered again. Longer, clearer, closer. "Elena, come to the water?" She got out of bed and walked to the window. The lake was pitch black, still as glass, but someone, was moving beneath the surface. A shadow, long, thin, like a hand waving. The research. The next morning, she searched the cabin and found old journals. Written by the fisherman. His last entries terrified her. "The lake knows my name. I heard it last night. It whispered what I fear the most. If I ignore it, it grows louder. It's not calling me. It's calling what lives under my skin." Elena felt a chill, because last night, the whisper didn't sound like a stranger's voice. It sounded like her own. She decided to record the lake that night. She aimed her phone toward the water and waited. At 2:13 a.m., the whisper began. But on the recording, the phone captured something different. A voice whispering, "You're next." And then the camera glitched, showing a figure standing behind her bed. The last night, Elena tried to leave the cabin, but the door wouldn't open. The windows wouldn't break. Her phone had no signal. Then the whisper came again. Right outside the wall. "Elena?" She covered her ears. The whisper didn't stop. It moved inside her head. Then, water began dripping from the ceiling. Cold, dark, smelling like the bottom of the lake. Footsteps echoed in the hallway, slow, heavy, wet. She grabbed her camera and hid behind the bed. The camera shook in her hands as she heard breathing. Deep, slow, not human. Then something spoke right behind her. "Look at me." The camera fell. The last thing it captured was a hand, white, dripping, bony, grabbing her ankle and pulling her across the floor toward the open door, and the water waiting outside. The video ends with the sound of the lake rippling and one final whisper, "Elena." Her camera washed ashore the next morning. No sign of her body. Just the recording, and a new whisper at 2:13 a.m. The lake keeps calling names. And tonight, it might whisper yours. Subscribe and leave your like.